I just found myself an interesting bench in a memory of Michael Jackson. I'm not sure if it's the Michael Jackson that we think, the king of the pop, or if it's another one. But I just found this bench, so I thought it would be a good idea to make another video. Because I know it has been a while, and that's exactly why I make this video. Because we all have our ups and downs, so it's all about how to regulate your emotional moods by, let's say, once again, diving in the atmosphere of nature. Because January has been once again a very slow start for me. I came in December, of course. I was in Inverness, in the Highlands of Scotland. Amazing, felt on top of the world, felt alive, like yes, this is my purpose, this is what I gotta do, and everything like that. And then I came back to London and I fell straight back into it. The reality that I always thought to myself, like, I do not really want to be part of this reality of this world. And then we can do two things. We can either look for an escape in a healthy way or in an unhealthy way. And the easiest things to do is, of course, to look for an escape in the unhealthy way. Because we find it so difficult, so hard to find our satisfactions in life. Because that requires discipline. And when you constantly feel in this rut, that you feel you don't really want to be part of that reality, then it's way too easy to distract yourself with addictive behaviors in order to move out of that reality. I'm sure you can fill in the blanks of how these kind of distractions or addictions can look like, because they can look for everyone in a different way. So it's really about how to take care of your mental health and regulate your emotional moods by immersing yourself in the atmosphere of nature, of a forest. Because the real truth is that in my next video I want to touch on a topic like, what if you go through, let's say, a spiritual displacement, and I'm going to talk about it in the next video. So today I just really want to keep it simple and straight to the point about this whole mindfulness practice. Because for me, to get out here in nature into a forest, it's a good 1 hour drive. So once again, that requires, let's say, a kind of discipline, a kind of routine. And in January I had moments that I just didn't really want to wake up. I didn't want to feel like getting out of the bed in the morning. Just working from home, it was like way too bloody depressing. So the first thing I did is, like, I looked for an open workspace so I could, once again, is create some sort of a routine or a discipline of actually having a reason to get up in the morning, is to go and do things. Because if you're working from home, I found it way too challenging to actually be productive, creative, and stay inspired. I feel like trapped, like a rat in a cage. So that's why we really need to give ourselves some time to reflect on what it is that we can do to nurture and improve our mental health and regulate our emotional moods. Because if you feel like you're trapped like a rat in a cage surrounded by concrete, and the only thing for you is to breathe, basically, to breathe in your body, in your spirit, is to get out there, then what we must do is to go and get out there and become still once again within ourselves. Because the world as it is right now, it's already challenging enough in its own different ways. And I'm sure you can, find the reasons of what kind of challenges you are dealing with. But for us is to give ourselves some time to reflect, to relax, and to take a step back of everything that's currently going on in our life, and step in this helicopter view and become once again the observer. When you are in your role of playing, let's say, the victim, let's call it for that, it's very difficult to observe yourself, to take a step back and go in this helicopter view. because we are entangled in this whole situation we have created for ourselves. If you're out here, you can feel like the earth, nature has our back. We feel we become part of something bigger. It's helping us to open up our senses. We can pay attention to what's really going on here in this very present moment. We can become quiet and simply listen to the birds. When you're walking around in the English countryside, there are always farms or houses where the farmers are burning old leaves, so you can always smell the smoke. Or people, they have they're burning the logs inside their houses, so you can always smell that. You can smell the grass, the plants. As it becomes still once again. It's a very therapeutical way is to look at ourselves and don't always take ourselves, our stories, our lives, our circumstances, our situations too serious. Because that's the whole beauty of when we allow ourselves to become mindful, to become still. That's really for us the way to reflect, relax and grow. Grow in consciousness, grow in our awareness, grow our spirits, and of course regulate our emotional mood. Anyway, I'm going to enjoy my stillness. I'm going to continue to enjoy my hike. And what else I'm going to do is I'm going to organize more and regular events around the southeast, starting off with, where we can combine long distance hiking with, let's say, a bit of a mindfulness practice where we can really become still, pay attention and observe everything that's currently going on, called nature therapy, ecotherapy, forest bathing. And of course with some guided meditations, so we can once again realign ourselves with our true authentic self and get rid of all the noise and distractions that the world is demanding from us, and that we can easily lose ourselves in, and instead realign ourselves with our true authentic self. And the best way for me is to become still, to become mindful, is to get the restlessness out of my physical body. So I am the kind of person that needs exercise. So for me to relax is to exhaust my physical body through exercise. It does not work for everybody. For somebody, they can't be bothered walking 8, 10, 12 miles. But some, they really need it to become still within themselves, is to get the restlessness out of your body. Because you could take me in a basement somewhere in central London. I mean, no judgment, nothing wrong with that, but for me it's very difficult to relax, because there's too much noise going on there. And I'm not sure if I'm really ADD, but I'm sure I've got a couple of symptoms around that I become like hyper alert when there's too much noise. So I seek out for stillness by making your body feel tired, because nothing feels so satisfying is to come home knowing that you woke up before the sun did, and you are basically like following the biological rhythm of the earth, of nature, and you have been outside here in the outdoors. When you see the sky, you see the clouds, you see the sun, that's just the real world. That's the reality, the real reality we live in, our natural world. And right now we are just getting bombarded with artificial realities that the world demands us. We all have to participate in, because that's where it's going. And of course there's a part of me that says like, yeah, I don't want to miss out, because I know that, you know, it's kind of like the world we are moving into. But at the same time, for me, this is all I really need. If I lose myself in all these artificial distractions, I can, you know, feel stressed or anxious about, you know, trying to follow everything that's currently going on. And then I could lose the balance and harmony within myself. So we are from nature. We are nature. We belong to nature. And if you don't accept that, don't allow that, don't recognize that, then that is where the diseases come in. Mental health, emotionally, spiritually, physically. We have been locking ourselves up in offices, in front of devices. We are weakening our immune systems. The only thing you really need is go and get out here, no matter what the climate is, no matter the temperature. Because that's how you regulate your immune system. It's February. I'm hot. I feel hot. I'm just having a winter jacket and a t-shirt. That's it. We just need to breathe in more into our body. Feel our body. Get in touch with that. When you're like working from home, inside, indoors, in front of your device, you're not in touch with your body. You're not in touch with your biological system. We start our day at 9 o'clock. It's already daylight. We already have missed the most important day, the most important time of the day. And that is when the sun is coming up. But we don't see it when you live in a city, because you are like caved in within concrete areas, buildings. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Please let me know. On the February 18, I'm organizing my first event where we go out in the Surrey Hills, do a bit of hiking, walking, a bit of meditation, and then from there I'm going to see how everything will evolve. For now I'm just going to continue and crack on with my hike. I just want to complete it. It's a good... I'm here out in the Kent. It's something different than the Surrey Hills, but still it's really, really nice, very beautiful. But no matter where you go, you always have the air traffic. But I didn't really notice that much on the highlands. Anyway, if you're new here, consider subscribing, as I will be releasing more videos in nature where we can reflect on life, on our purpose, on our spirituality, how to stay in align with our true authentic self, mindfulness in the woods, in nature, and all of that good stuff. So if that's really your cup of tea, then you know what to do. Subscribe, hit the bell notification, and I look forward in seeing one of my next videos where I want to reflect on this topic, that those who have allocated from a different country and moved to another country, what that can do for us spiritually, which is basically when you are going to replant a tree and take them out of the roots and go and plant them somewhere else. Will that tree grow as healthy as like it used to be, growing in its original state, growing up in his own country? So I want to reflect on that, because I noticed that a lot of things has changed. Alright, see you in the next one. Take care for now. Bye bye.